we talk about 50 Cent and beef, we have to stop thinking like this is still about diss tracks and street bravado. That era is over. What 50 Cent represents now is not conflict for conflict's sake, but power management. Every public move he makes is calculated, strategic, and rooted in how narratives circulate in media ecosystems. Here's the key thing people miss: 50 doesn't argue to win emotionally, he engages to control attention. He understands timing, optics, and audience psychology better than almost anyone in hip hop history. When others react loudly, he reacts efficiently. And that's why historically these situations tend to end with him standing while the other party looks exhausted. My prediction is this beef will not reach a dramatic climax. There will be no final knockout moment. Instead, what you'll see is fatigue. On the other side, silence will follow. And silence in this context is not retreat, it's dominance. Because once 50 Cent extracts the attention, the leverage, and the framing he wants, there's no incentive to continue. In modern hip hop culture, attention is currency. And 50 Cent spends it carefully. He understands that the real victory isn't winning the argument, it's shaping how the argument is remembered. That's the difference between.
All right, guys. So here is what Mark Lamont, I believe he's saying, and honestly, it sounds a lot on point, and he's framing it as a strategist instead of an emotional participant, which makes sense in today's media landscape. But here's where it simply gets tricky and where I disagree. And I think this is the part where people they're overlooking. Yes, 50 Cent, he understands power, timing, the narrative control better. Yes, that is true. That's undeniable. But strategy doesn't exist in a vacuum. So at a certain point, perception matters just as much as the intention. And it could be calculated and still be miscalculated on how the audience receives the move. So silence can be the dominance factor, but it also could be read as avoidance and dependency on the context of the momentum. What I think Mark may be underestimating is how today in today's society, the audience they participate in shaping the outcome. Meaning, the social media they don't just come with its own custom narratives. It remixes them. Once that happens, control becomes shared. 50 might initiate the frame, yeah, that's true, but he doesn't fully own how this evolves to anybody. So my prediction is slightly different. I don't think this will end explosively, but I also don't think it will end clean. It lingers, it becomes commentary, think pieces, reaction videos, exactly like this one right here. And that tells me something else. It's going to happen. So this isn't just about beef, it's more about relevance in an era where attention no longer obeys the single architect. So that's my take on it. Now let me know, do you agree with Mark, or do you think the game has changed even for someone like 50 Cent? Drop it in the comments, y'all. Let's go.